Hey yo, what up cuhzes? I'm Intricately Random Asian, or IRA for short. Thank you very much for clicking on this random video that you happen to stumble upon on YouTube. If you've been here for a while, welcome to another load of randomness, but with a purpose. So buckle up your seatbelts and enjoy the ride. So I'm back with a new Learning German episode. It's been a hot minute since I've done one, and as you can see, it's not my normal layout. I'm actually in an Airbnb because a lot of life changes have been happening lately. I'll give you more details later. The main change right now is the job, and so I've decided to start learning German episodes again because with the new job, I feel like I'm going to be spending a lot of time in Europe. And apart from English, the other main/important language that I noticed that was commonly used in Europe is German. So might as well just learn it a little bit, right? Or at least refamiliarize myself with it again so that people over there actually appreciate the fact that I'm trying. So yes, and also I've decided to switch my content gradually because like I said, a lot of life changes that comes with the job, and also because Russia blocked YouTube apparently, so I kind of find it not useless, but kind of like redundant for me to keep producing Russian related content when half of the population or more cannot watch my videos, right? So yeah, gravitating toward new content. But anyways, I'm glad to be learning German again because I know I'll be using it a lot in the near future. I found this video called Learn the Top 20 Travel Phrases You Should Know in German, which is exactly what I need, right? So let's just get started, shall we? 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Language learning, always fun.
Want to speak real German from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at GermanPod101.com.
Better than Duolingo.
Everybody, what's up? I'm Henrik. Welcome to a new episode of GermanPod101.com. You see, it's still not the best weather ever here in Germany, but soon we're getting there. And then I can totally recommend you to come here, travel here. And what do you need for traveling? Exactly. You need 20 phrases you
how to
must
say
know
where's
for
the bathroom.
traveling. Here we go. First phrase, when you don't know where to go, you ask, könnte ich eine Karte bekommen? Could I have a map? Actually, you could also ask this to your friend who is going.
Okay, I need to pause a lot so that I can actually say the sentences. So, könnte ich eine Karte bekommen? Could I have a map? Bekommen sounds a lot like becoming, but I think that's like a false cognate. So I should not mix myself up with that. Okay. Könnte ich eine Karte bekommen? And we don't say Karte like in French. Interesting.
Into traveling, because card also works for postcard. So if you have to stay home and not traveling,
hold on, let me just remove the subtitles because I don't really need them.
You can ask for a Karte, for a card, or you can ask for a map, which we also call Karte, and then you can find your way. Number 2, very important sentence. Sprechen Sie English? Do you speak English?
Sprechen Sie
Here in
English.
Germany, it's
Obviously,
quite common. People
super
do speak
important.
English, even though the older ones, not so much. But whenever you meet like a young couple or young people on the street and you really cannot find your way or you're really struggling, you can always try to even talk to them in English. But if you want to be polite, you can ask in German. Sprechen Sie English? And then the person will know, oh, okay, sure, I'm going to try to help you out.
Sprechen Sie
Gibt
English?
es einen Bus vom Flughafen in die Stadt?
Wait.
Is there a bus from the airport to the city?
Yeah,
Airports
I knew the word bus, Flughafen, and Stadt. So it's just the verbs and stuff that I'm like, what do they mean? But yeah, I get the sentence. Okay. Gibt es einen Bus vom Flughafen in die Stadt? Okay, wait, I need to hear that again.
Are kind of outside of the city, right? In Germany, or actually in Europe, we have Ryanair. Probably you've heard about it. It's like cheap airline, but we all want to save money, so it's good. But often the airport services Ryanair are actually not in the city. So if you fly Ryanair to Barcelona, you end up, 100 kilometers out of Barcelona, and then you always have to take a bus. This also happens in Germany. For example, the Frankfurt airport of Ryanair is about 100 kilometers.
I like how this video is also
Frankfurt,
like educational.
So you will have to ask for
about
a bus
where stuff
to
are.
the city. How do you do this? Gibt es einen Bus vom Flughafen in die Stadt?
Gibt es einen Bus vom Flughafen in die Stadt? right? Is that it?
Number 4.
Okay.
Ist das WLAN kostenlos? Is the Wi-Fi free?
WLAN
It's
is
getting more and more there here in
Wi-Fi?
Germany. I remember when I was traveling in the US,
Ist
you
das
could get free
WLAN
Wi-Fi everywhere,
kostenlos?
even in the streets. Yeah, I'm sorry, we're not that far here now, but more and more places, train stations, airports have free Wi-Fi. So you must be pretty unlucky to not find free Wi-Fi when you're like flying in or coming by train.
Yeah, but the
So, yeah,
Wi-Fi
bring your
usually
devices
kind of
and
sucks though.
In any case, you can
No
ask,
offense.
sprechen Sie Englisch? Do you speak English to find your way? Number 5. Haben Sie freie Zimmer für heute Nacht? Do you have any vacancies for tonight?
For
Yeah,
hotels.
if you're going to a hotel, a hostel, or I don't know, an apartment, and you haven't booked.
How do you say this? Wait. Haben Sie freie Zimmer für heute Nacht? Nacht is night. Zimmer, I thought it was time. No, sorry. And haben Sie is do you have? Okay, yeah, great. And freie, I guess it's free. And für is for. Heute, I don't know what that means. Help!
Previously or ahead, then first of all you need to know if there's any space left for you, or if you should go on and search for another place if you don't want to crash on somebody's couch. So then go to the hotel, go to the reception, ask if there are free rooms, and usually they should be able to help you out. Unless, I mean, you could also just walk through the streets and ring a doorbell and ask, haben Sie freie Zimmer? Do you have vacancies? But this might get you in trouble with police, I don't know.
Right, that would
Number
be
6.
really creepy.
Könnte ich in ein anderes Zimmer wechseln? Could I move to a different room? If you're really unhappy
So what
with
is
your room...
Zimmer? What is Zimmer? Room? Okay, hold on. Könnte ich in ein anderes Zimmer Wait, I need to hear that again. Hold on.
Number 6. Könnte ich in ein anderes Zimmer wechseln? Could I move to a different room?
Wechseln?
If you're really unhappy with your room and
Okay.
you're like, oh gosh, no, I don't
Let me
want...
try that again. Könnte ich in ein anderes Zimmer wechseln? Wait, hold up. Okay, I need to hear that again because I have a hard time with this word. Wechseln? Bruh.
Number 6. Könnte ich in ein anderes Zimmer wechseln?
Wechseln. Okay, wechseln. Why am I having such a hard time with that?
Could I move to a different room? If you're really unhappy with your room and you're like, oh gosh, no, I don't want to stay here, then you
Wechseln.
ask the receptionist, hey, could I move to another room? It didn't happen to me so far. I was quite lucky whenever I was traveling, I had pretty nice rooms. But I have heard it happens, like if it's 30 or I don't know, the neighbors of the other room are super loud, doing whatever. Then it's legit to ask for a different room. If you want to change your room and you ask in German, they're probably even more willing to help you out. Number 7.
Makes sense.
Ich habe eine Reservierung.
You have a
I have a
reservation.
reservation.
Ah, shoot! It's,
Yeah,
I
this
have a
is
reservation.
What
Ah.
usually is the case,
Ich
not
habe
like
eine
previously when you had to ask if
Reservierung.
there's any room left. Usually you have a reservation and then everything works kind of itself. You just go to the desk, ask, hey, ich habe eine Reservierung. And then
Ich
they'll be
habe
like,
eine
oh, okay, what's your
Reservierung.
name?
Okay.
And if you
Easy.
watch my other videos, you will know how to say your name
Wechseln.
in German, and then you can check in your hotel all in German, all good, and you have a perfect start
Alles
for your
gut.
trip. Könnten wir das Menü haben, bitte?
Can I have the menu,
Could
please?
we have the menu, please?
Yes. Könnte
Yeah,
wir
going to
das
restaurant, you of course want
Menü
to
haben,
know
bitte?
what the food offering is before you just order anything. The waiter comes with the menu, and you can open it, search for your
Könnte
entree
wir
and
das
for your
Menü
drink.
haben, bitte?
Beer, I'd recommend, and then, oh, what I'm gonna eat, Schnitzel. Eat
Yeah.
Schnitzel. Schnitzel is awesome.
Obviously,
Good German food. I
classic.
love it. Haben Sie Empfehlungen? Do you have any recommendations? Yeah, if you don't want to
What
listen
is that
to
word? Haben Sie Empfehlungen? Empfehlungen? That does not look like the word recommendations at all, so that's gonna be a hard one for me to remember. Okay.
my recommendation, eating Schnitzel and having a beer. You can also
Obvious
ask
German
the
classic.
waiter for recommendations of the house. Often they even like special offers or menu of the day, something like that.
Empfehlungen?
Yeah, just go ahead and ask for recommendations. Often you even like will be surprised of some cool food you wouldn't have thought of if you have chosen PSJ. Now we're getting to the sad part of all the restaurant evening. Die Rechnung bitte. Could I have the check,
Yeah,
please?
okay.
Yeah, of course.
Die
If you eat in a
Rechnung
restaurant, in
bitte.
the end, there's always a payment. And if you want to ask for the check or for the bill in Germany, that's die Rechnung.
Die Rechnung,
So
bitte.
you can just point out your finger to the waiter.
I like how
Die
German
Rechnung bitte,
sounds. It's kind
and
of
he
cool.
will be happy to
Die
bring you the
Rechnung,
bill.
bitte.
You can leave a little tip. We usually tip about
bitte.
like 10%. And then everything's fine. Ich bin allergisch gegen
I'm allergic
Erdnüsse.
to...
I'm allergic to peanuts. Yeah,
Wait,
this
how do you
happens
say
if you are,
peanuts?
don't eat peanuts. And allergisch gegen Erdnüsse. I'm allergic
Erdnüsse?
to peanuts.
What the heck?
ja.
Okay. Ich bin allergisch gegen Erdnüsse. Hold up. Let me listen to that again.
Allergisch gegen Erdnüsse. I'm
Gegen
allergic to peanuts.
Erdnüsse.
Yeah, this happens if you are allergisch gegen Erdnüsse. I'm
Allergisch
to
gegen
peanuts.
Erdnüsse.
Yeah, allergisch gegen Erdnüsse.
Gegen,
I'm allergic
gegen
to peanuts.
Erdnüsse. What? Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna
this
skip
happens
that
not
because
in your
that's
food
way
or
too
not.
complicated.
It's a good idea just to raise attention to the waiter. Hey, ich bin allergisch gegen Erdnüsse, so
Gegen
please don't give me any
Erdnüsse?
peanuts.
Erdnüsse?
Number 12.
I didn't get
bitte.
that right. Water, please. Wasser, bitte.
Other than in the
That's
US
really
in Germany,
easy.
it's not common that you get free water at the table during your evening in the restaurant. You always have to order it, unfortunately. So whatever you want to drink, if it's beer, Coke, or just like water from the sink, you would always have to order it and pay it. So
Water's not
don't
free.
expect the waiter to bring the water for free. If you order water, then it also will appear on the bill. But therefore,
I did not know
used
that.
to have-
Okay, one time I went to the restaurant in where was it? Dresden with one of my friends when we went to Europe. Last year, not yesterday, last year, and I did not notice that the water was not free. I'm gonna have to ask my friend for the bill again. I gotta ask her for the Rechnung. That's the bill, right? And check if the Wasser was charged.
Sparkling water, which in my opinion is way better than just sink water. Come on, so boring. Wie viel kostet das?
How much
is
does this?
it?
Yes.
Yeah, if you're really
Wie
thirsty,
viel
want the
kostet
water,
das?
but are
See,
kind of
I'm not that
out
bad.
of money,
I
then
know
you should
some
ask
basics.
maybe how much it is, and then you can use this phrase, wie viel kostet das? How much is this? Or, anything in the
Wie
souvenir
viel
store, there's like
kostet
this
das?
stupid little thing you want to bring home, but you don't want to spend a fortune on it, then better ask before how much is this, wie viel kostet das?
And the taxes are included in the price, right?
Now's the right time to travel here. First learn the sentences, but then travel here.
Yeah,
Yeah, you see when
good
the
point.
sun is shining like this, you should pack your stuff. Ich möchte 10 von diesen. I'd like 10 of these.
Ich möchte 10 von
When I
diesen.
went to Brazil, there's always this so-called feira. It's like a fair where they sell food and toys
Ich
and
möchte
everything.
10
But then, of course, the
von
most
diesen.
exciting for me were the fruits because they had so many exotic fruits. And then I went there and I'd like 10 of these and 5 of these and 3 of that. And there were fruits I've never seen.
Brazil
so
is
I
fun.
wanted to
I went
try.
to Sao Paulo once.
So this might happen to you if you come here, that you see fruits or vegetables.
I'm probably gonna
that
spend a
are
lot
not
of time
so
in Sao
common
Paulo
in your
as well.
country. Then you can really use the sentence. Yeah, you
Ich
should always
möchte
try the new stuff.
10
Ich
von
möchte
diesen.
das hier. I'd like this.
Ich möchte das hier.
Coming back, if you're at the fair and you really don't know, like there's something you've never seen, but then you want to point at it and say you want this, and you want to impress the
Ich
one
möchte
who's
das
selling you, the
hier.
seller, speaking German, then you can just say, ich möchte dies, and he will be like, cool, here you got it. Number 16.
Okay.
Könnten Sie mir einen Rabatt geben? Could you give me a
Oh
discount?
my gosh.
All
Okay,
of
Rabatt,
this
okay.
happens.
That
We
sounds
have,
like Rabatt in
flea
French, so
markets where there's
easier for me to
people
remember.
sell their used stuff, or even on the
Könnten
markets, on
Sie
the
mir
Sunday
einen
farmers
Rabatt
market,
geben?
whatever. Sometimes you can try to negotiate, and you
Könnten
can always
Sie
ask.
mir
It's not
einen
impolite
Rabatt
if you
geben?
feel like, oh, cool, this is a place
Not
where
bad.
it's just common to negotiate a little. You can ask for discount.
You
Even
mean
though I don't
bargain,
expect
not
too
negotiate?
Much, I know in other countries it's common that, okay, the price is 20, but he's already happy if he gets 10. Yeah, no, here it's more like if the price is 20, you can maybe negotiate it down to 18, or it always depends. Also, I mean, if
I'm
you,
not
if
really
you
good
ask in
at
German,
bargaining
probably you will waste your
or
chances that you would
negotiating.
get a discount, because they will appreciate your effort to speak German. Don't be pushy on it, but try and negotiate it a little and you might get your discount. Nehmen Sie Kreditkarte? Do you take credit card? You should definitely bring your credit card in
Extra
most
points.
supermarkets and
Extra discount if you're
stores,
pretty.
whatever. You can use the credit card,
I'm just
but
kidding.
still there's a lot of like
Nehmen Sie
smaller shops
Kreditkarte?
or the flea
Nehmen Sie
market.
Kreditkarte?
Apparently they usually don't take credit cards, so it's not as widespread as
Nehmen
in the
Sie
US.
Kreditkarte.
But we're getting there. We still like our cash in our hands. See
Really?
what we're paying
Okay.
with.
So
It's
Germany
also
is kind of
dangerous
old
to always
school
pay
then.
by credit card. You don't really see
I like
how
that.
much money you spend, especially on holiday. You're more like, oh, cool, I want to enjoy my time, spend some money here, spend some money there, and then credit card in. And then
you're
just
broke.
returning home, you get the letter with all the money you spent, and you're like, oh, holy, that was a lot of money.
Happens
Number
to me a
18.
lot.
Wo ist der Bahnhof?
Where's
Where
the
is
train
the
station?
train
Yeah, wo ist der
In case you
Bahnhof?
need to go back to the airport, want to take the train.
I always
and
get confused between wo and wer because, you know, like wo looks like who and wer looks like where, but it's like the opposite, so I need to learn that. Ugh, stupid bra. Okay. Wo ist der Bahnhof? But Bahnhof, I know that.
you don't know where the train station
Train
are, then you're
station.
probably in trouble. So you should check beforehand on your map, or
In my Karte, right?
yeah,
My
I don't know,
Karte.
take a cab or something. But maybe you're not late, maybe you have plenty of time, and then just want to find the way yourself. You can go and ask, hey, where's the train station? Need to catch a flight. Entschuldigen Sie, wie hoch ist der
Excuse me.
Fahrpreis? Excuse me, what's the fare? In
Fahrpreis.
buses or trains, if you haven't bought your ticket previously ahead,
Entschuldigen
then
Sie,
you might want to ask the driver what's the
hoch
price
ist
before
der
you're taking it,
Fahrpreis?
to not be
Let me hear
surprised
that again.
later. Yeah, bus tickets in the city usually are like, I'd say, entschuldigen Sie, wie hoch ist der Fahrpreis? Excuse
Wie
me,
hoch,
what's
okay.
the fare? In buses
Wie
or trains,
hoch ist der
if you haven't
Fahrpreis?
bought your ticket previously ahead,
on,
then
skip a little
you
bit.
might want to ask it. Apparently, depend on how far you want to go. I
Entschuldigen
think a
Sie,
train ticket
wo,
from
wie
Berlin
hoch
to Munich, for
wie
example,
ist der
50 euro,
Fahrpreis?
I guess.
Entschuldigen
Depends also if
Sie,
you book ahead or
wie
not.
hoch ist der
But yeah, if
Fahrpreis?
you ask the driver or anybody at the
Fahrpreis.
train station, you probably haven't booked
Oh my
ahead.
gosh.
It's always smarter to book ahead, then you can get way cheaper tickets, especially for trains.
Yep.
In buses, usually
I just
you
don't like having
really,
to go on my
you're not
phone
really
all the
able
time to like
book a ticket ahead. You
book
just buy
tickets
it right
online.
there.
It's so annoying.
And yeah, the driver in the bus always is happy to help you out when you're uncertain about the price. So just ask him.
Entschuldigen
Number
Sie,
20,
wie
selfie
hoch
time.
ist der Fahrpreis?
Könnten Sie ein Foto von mir machen?
Can you take a picture for me?
Could you take a picture of me, please?
Yes.
Yeah,
Könnten
nowadays
Sie
this question
bitte
is not
ein
asked so
Foto von
often
mir machen?
anymore because you always do your
I like that word,
selfies,
machen.
right? You do that?
It's easy to
I
pronounce.
could actually film all this in selfie, but I would be too shaky, I guess.
Yeah, I hate
but
taking
if you want a
selfies.
proper picture,
So
maybe
amateur.
of your group with everybody in it and not just this long selfie arm, then you should
Sie
ask
bitte
a stranger
eine
on the
Foto
street.
von
And
mir machen?
I told you previously that most Germans are like know at least a little English, so they would understand if you have a camera and say, "Oh, could you take a picture, please?" That you all want them to take a picture of you. Good sentence to know if you're traveling alone or with your partner or in a group and you want to have a picture.
Obviously, right?
Then just ask, "Oh, könnten Sie ein Foto
Because
von
like
mir?
selfie
Könnten Sie
sticks,
bitte ein
yeah,
Foto
they
von mir
work,
machen?"
but
Going back home after your travel,
I don't
clouds are
feel
coming
comfortable leaving my
back, like I'm
phone
not in this bright sun anymore.
far away from me
Yeah,
in a
time to go
touristy
home.
place. Oh, look
Yeah, travel is over. Let's go back home and then bus to the airport. Have a
Könnten
good
Sie
flight.
bitte ein Foto von
I
mir
hope you enjoyed the
machen?
lesson. It was fun. So if you come to Germany, if you're traveling here now, you really know
Awesome.
like some
All right.
sentences.
Thank you, bro. Alright, sorry the video is a little long, but those sentences were actually super duper useful because first of all, I know how to say sentences that I will probably use when I travel in Europe, especially in Germany, obviously. But I also learned like some side stuff, right, about the culture. So thank you so much, video, and I can't wait to relearn these sentences again, especially the ones I was struggling with. Like, what's that word? Wechseln? I forgot what it meant, but yeah, these sentences, super useful. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe if you want to. And as usual, get out there and be random, because randomness is a lifestyle. So get on board with me and let's embrace it. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!